I never imagined that betrayal could be so blatant, so audacious, that it would require more than just confrontation to reclaim my life. But that's exactly what happened when I caught my wife red-handed, and how I used strategy, legal measures, and DNA testing to deliver epic revenge. This is my story. How infidelity shattered trust, how I exposed the truth, and how I ensured accountability. My name is Adnan. I had been married to my wife, Fariha, for 8 years. On the surface, everything seemed perfect. A comfortable home, mutual friends, and what appeared to be a loving relationship. I trusted her completely, believing our marriage was built on honesty, loyalty, and mutual respect. The first signs of trouble were subtle. Fariha became secretive with her phone, stayed late at work frequently, and avoided intimate conversations. At first, I rationalized her behavior as work stress or fatigue, but a growing unease told me something was wrong. The moment of truth came unexpectedly. One evening, I followed her discreetly and caught her meeting another man. The shock and betrayal hit me like a physical blow. I had caught her red-handed. There was no room for denial, no room for excuses. My heart was shattered, but I knew that acting impulsively would only give her an advantage. I needed strategy. I began gathering evidence meticulously: messages, photos, emails, and records of meetings. I also consulted a lawyer to understand my legal options, ensuring that any action I took would be backed by proof and law. The goal was not just revenge, it was justice. Then came the DNA test. Fariha claimed the child she was carrying was mine, but suspicions lingered. I insisted on a DNA test, which revealed the shocking truth: the child was not mine. The betrayal was deeper and more audacious than I could have imagined. With the proof in hand, I filed for divorce immediately. The legal proceedings were decisive. Fariha lost claims to shared assets, financial leverage, and any attempt to manipulate custody arrangements. The court ensured that the consequences reflected the gravity of her actions. The social and personal repercussions were significant. Friends and family learned of the affair, the child's true paternity, and her attempts to manipulate the situation. Her reputation suffered, and the man involved faced accountability as well. The audacity with which she betrayed trust collapsed completely under scrutiny. Emotionally, the journey was intense. Nights were filled with heartbreak, anger, and disbelief. But over time, I rebuilt my life, focusing on independence, dignity, and self-respect. I refused to allow her manipulation to dominate my emotional world. Silence became my ultimate weapon, letting the truth and consequences speak louder than confrontation ever could. Months later, I reflected on the lessons learned. Betrayal can come in the most audacious forms, but strategy, evidence, and decisive action restore control. Epic revenge doesn't require violence. It requires clarity, preparation, and legal measures that ensure accountability. The hardest lesson I learned is this: trust, once broken, must be replaced with boundaries and evidence. Betrayal has consequences, and those consequences can be executed decisively without stooping to anger or chaos. Fariha's affair, her audacity, and the deception surrounding the child destroyed her credibility, relationships, and trust. I caught her red-handed, ensured the truth was exposed through DNA testing, and filed for divorce. And in the aftermath, the strongest form of justice I discovered was peace, dignity, and closure. Cheating wife caught red-handed, but husband took epic revenge, verified the truth with a DNA test, and moved on. And in the aftermath, accountability, justice, and personal freedom prevailed.